Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to SPW. I, again, am your host, Nick. And if you haven't already, do the thing like subscribe, because tonight we have a matchup that probably hasn't been done by anyone else ever, in my opinion, because we have two of the, I want to say, Marvel Universe heroes, the MCU heroes. They technically are part of the MCU, and yet I don't know if we'll ever see either of these two again. So, in my opinion, this is called the Disney Plus Canceled Characters match. No belts are on the line, but we are in our Marvel arena, and clearly you recognize this man. At least I hope you do, because he had a great run at Disney Plus. Both of these shows I actually enjoyed very much. Maybe not so popular with the fans as a whole, but Moonknight, you know, this is Oscar Isaac, an A-list actor, standing 6'2", 225, Egyptian-themed Batman. I mean, what's not to like? But, I don't know, he might be a one-and-done over at Marvel. I certainly hope not. I love the costume. I love everything about Moonknight. But also, here we go. Here is another character that I loved the Disney Plus show, but I might be in the minority, apparently. The CG didn't bug me because it was comedy. It was more comedy-based than action-based, and I'm all about that. So incidentally, Shehulk, this is Tatiana Maslany's Shehulk. She stands actually right now 6'7", 650 pounds in Shehulk form. But, again, other than, you know, maybe the last, I'm not going to lie, like the last, maybe minute of the show where they spoiler alert, go ahead and skip ahead if you haven't heard it, but, you know, they introduced Hulk's son? That got weird. Never mind the fact that they broke the fourth wall and she was very much like a Deadpool character. That is normal for She-Hulk. Nothing weird there. But either way, like I said, She-Hulk and Moonknight, both shows that I enjoyed very much on Disney+, but I have a feeling we'll probably not see either of the two of them ever again, potentially. I mean, if we're lucky, maybe in Secret Wars, but they're definitely not showing up in Avengers Doomsday, coming up around the corner. So right now, Moonknight. I don't know. Maybe one of the two of these characters I will delete from the program, and then they will be officially gone. Maybe that's the stakes tonight. I don't know. Let me know. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, do the thing if you haven't already. But leave me a comment if you think I should do that, because that'll raise the stakes for this quite a bit. But yeah. So again, I don't think either of these characters will show up ever again. But and I hate to say it, but I kind of have a little bit of favoritism. I definitely think Moonknight is probably one of my favorite Marvel characters. I mean, he's one of the ones that, not unlike Daredevil, I mean, Daredevil's more popular for sure, but him and Daredevil were probably two of my favorite Marvel characters that were just, you know, ones that not everybody liked. Like, everybody likes, you know, Iron Man, everybody likes Captain America, and yeah, like, there are certain characters. Wolverine, always one of my favorites, but Moonknight up there, just because, again, he's a little bit nuts, as again, I mean, and people have said it before, but Moonknight is essentially Marvel's kind of knockoff of Batman. They sort of went the opposite route, all white, but Batman, if you think about it, really should have multiple personalities. I mean, he kind of does already. He's got Bruce Wayne and Batman, and in his internal monologue, like, those are two different people. So he's basically there, but they just went full bore with Moonknight, and they're like, what if we just took that and went wild? Oh, speaking of going wild, forearm shot delivered. 1, 2, 2.5. She-Hulk barely kicked out of that one. Moonknight absolutely on a tear. I feel like he definitely wants to continue to exist in the MCU. And honestly, I think She-Hulk should too. I loved, again, both of these characters. Let me know what your thoughts were on them. Because again, I know everybody argued they didn't like She-Hulk because the CGI was very all over the place. And I'm like, yeah, you know, you're right. They were trying to do too much. I mean, the budgets for these shows were insane, and even then, it still wasn't enough to, you know, match the quality of the movies. I mean, come on, that's just high expectation. But if anybody did it, man, I think Moonknight. 1, 2, 3. This time he does it. Moonknight just like that. Boom, boom, boom. Moonknight continues to roll on in SPW. That may have been the last we've ever seen of Shehulk. I do not know. You let me know. Is she done? Are we going to see her more? Maybe you got theories as far as how it's going to happen. I'm not going to lie. I kind of hope it happens because I know that they're going to be building toward the world, not just World War Hulk. They kind of did that. But, you know, just where Hulk just destroys the Avengers. I mean, that... They you know, they've had Ragnarok, and there's a lot of stuff that kind of they pulled from that as, you know, source material. But ultimately, I feel like that's where they're going. Hulk's going to get another movie. The MCU, if you didn't know already, they got the rights back to do individual Hulk movies. He was legal to be a side character, but he wasn't legally allowed to have his own movie. But that's all changed. So the MCU is finally able to do a Hulk movie, and I feel like that's when we're going to get Hulk versus Wolverine. That's going to be a lot of Hulk versus a lot of people. So we might get that, but who knows? Before then, we got Doomsday, and anything can happen. Then Battle World, who knows? I don't know. Secret Wars, Battle World, it's the same kind of thing in my brain. But let me know what you guys think, because I am curious. And if you haven't done the thing already, do the thing. But if you have, I appreciate it. Literally, it's the best thing you can do to help the channel. And but we're still closing in on episode 200. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see for that. Until then, have a good week. We'll see you on Thursday. Good night.